Hi, my name is Leah Day, and welcome to this video for the Building Blocks Quilt-along. We're on our last block, and it's time to learn how to quilt all of our slash stars. Today, Josh is learning how to quilt Superstar within his slash star, and I think he's going to change it up a little bit. So let's get started.
It's funny hearing the name. I remember looking at this at the pattern too, and I think of the Carpenter song Superstar.
Yeah.
We should have that playing in the background.
Yeah, I like Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I took one look at this, and I just said, oh, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to mess with all those bicycle points. But as I looked closer at it, I found a really cool effect, a little optical illusion right here in the center. That's a circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a circle, and I'm going to travel stitch over it to really make it nice and dense so it'll pop, and then I'm going to spiral outward.
Okay.
And I'm going to begin very slowly.
I think this is an awesome idea.
And what's neat, the outline of the circle is almost there due to the optical effect. So it really helps me to stay in the lines.
It's really interesting. It's not really, marked there. It's just kind of hinted at. Yeah,
but that's the best circle I've ever done. Easy.
It is.
And that is so dense. I did that so slowly. I'm going to amend my idea, and I'm going to begin the spiral now.
Oh, okay.
Because it just that provided enough of a dense line, I think. Don't you think? Or should I do another?
Yeah, I think that's going to be perfectly fine. I don't think it has to be dense to show off. I mean, we are contrasting thread here. If density, when you want to emphasize something, sometimes just leaving it open is all that you need to do. Maybe speed up your machine just a little bit.
And I'm going to need to hide this thread.
Yeah. Let's actually just tuck it out of the way because you're so close to it right now. It'll be kind of challenging to hide it. So I'm going to kind of hold on to it, but I'm not going to be putting any pressure on it.
Just tell me when to stop.
That's probably good. I could probably hide it right there. So quick time travel there. I just hid Josh's threads for him, and you can definitely find a video on how to do that. I'll make sure to link to one below this video. But I'm just got rid of those threads really quickly so that way Josh could get back to a spiral. He was kind of in the groove.
Okay, you can see I was really getting in the zone of spirals, and I totally blew past the edge of the star. So I'm going to change up the design a little bit and continue the spiral all the way through the entire block.
So it's basically just going to ignore the star completely?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And that was not my original plan, but sometimes you have to improvise.
And that's a good thing too. You had a little mistake, and it really wasn't that noticeable. I didn't think it was very noticeable. But at the same time, that might have been a mistake that made you stop and consider picking up a seam ripper. Well, instead of doing that, you just changed up the design and are getting so much more practice at obviously echoing and stitching this big spiral. It's really no big deal, And it's a different alternative to the design, and it's certainly a cool way of finishing it.
And I noticed my spiral is getting larger, but I think that's actually a cool effect as I'm outside of the star now.
It really just depends on what you're going for. If you're going for consistency, maybe if you're really obsessive about if you wanted to mark maybe a little tick mark kind of around the circle just to kind of keep you on track, that might be a good suggestion. If you like it to radiate out, just allow this spiral to continue to expand with every ring around it. One just little suggestion, as you're swinging around, I'm saying you're kind of not wanting to stop a lot. And, it's one of those things it's okay not to stop. However, as you're getting more, like your hands are getting further and further out, you're having less control.
Yes, and also I'm closer to the edge, and I really wish I'd put on some leaders, some scrap leaders on the side.
Some extra fabric around the edges, yeah. So just a quick suggestion, just maybe try and stop about every 2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And reposition so that way things just don't get too unwieldy. So that's it for this, well, what should have been a superstar turned into a spiral.
Super spiral.
Super spiral, we'll just call it that. So you changed up this entirely.
I did, and it feels great. And I wish I'd done it earlier, but honestly, I really needed to follow the lines to get the skill and ability and just the feeling of, the difference between a straight line, a curved, wiggly U-shape, and echoing. And that really helped, and that allowed me to have the freedom to do something like this.
Excellent. I think that's, kind of been the whole point of this building blocks quilt-along, is to gain the skill that you need so that then whenever you go and pull out another quilting project, something you might have pieced in the past or something you're going to piece in the future, and you can kind of look at it and say, well, what do I feel like quilting? How do I want to quilt this? And it might not have been the way I drew the blocks. It might not have been something that the quilting designer drew on the blocks were designed, but it's something that you want to do, so definitely try it. I love this variation, and I know that I'm going to be excited to see this block in Josh's finished quilt. We're almost there, so definitely tune in for the remainder of the blocks. We've only got 3 left now. It's hard to believe we're almost through. So my name is Leah Day, and I've been here with my husband Josh, and he has been stitching out a block from the Building Blocks Quilt-Along. You can join in this quilt-along at any time, even after 2014, by picking up a copy of the Building Blocks quilt pattern. This pattern is available at leahday.com, and it comes with all the information you need to piece and free motion quilt your blocks. As an alternative, if you don't want to do that, you can also pick up the Spoonflower cheater cloth fabric. And basically it's what Josh was working on today. It's printed, you can pay attention to the lines, you can ignore the lines, it's totally up to you. Find that fabric at spoonflower.com. So until next time,
let's go quilt.